Welcome to another season, episode 28 of Tristan Take Video. Yo, alrighty, welcome to season 1, episode 28 of Tristan Take Video. Today we are out in Ripoll, out towards the Pyrenees, and we are doing the annual Ripoll to Vallter 2000 Hill Climb Challenge. We are in Ripoll. This town is a really nice little town. It's about 60 or 70 kilometers from Gerona towards the Pyrenees. We packed up a little bit earlier and we drove out here. The weather's amazing. It's actually super warm though. We're at about 30 degrees right now. Luckily I did that trip with Ben to get myself ready to be cooked. This is a super popular race. It's 50 kilometers in length, starting in Ripoll. It just goes uphill. It's 1% through a long valley for a while. And then we get to Sepp Kuss, and then it's 12 kilometers of climbing at about 8%. It starts out really steep, really tough. And then you climb up to the Vallter 2000 ski station. This is a mass start hill climb race, so we all roll out together. It's open category, so there are women in there as well. There's masters riders, and there's even some young guys as well. This is a race I've done 3 times before. This is my 4th time. I've done pretty well at the other ones in the past. The only thing is today I'm definitely not as fit as I have been in the past, so I think it's going to be a different story. I don't know what I'm in for. Today I'm running my standard road bike, just my Legor steel frame, NV 3.4 rim brake wheels, Dura-Ace group set. I have the ceramic speed oversized pulley wheels on there. I've got my Wahoo, I'm running the GoPro, and I'm gonna wear my heart rate strap today. I never usually run the heart rate strap, but I want you guys to see just how hard today gets. Or maybe how unfit I am, let's see. And a special little one in my bottle today. I'm running a new product from a brand called Fuel Plus, which is a Girona-based brand. It's just started by a mate of mine, Alej. And he is making high carb, high electrolyte drinks that go into your biddens for endurance sports. They haven't actually launched yet. I'm getting a little pre-test of it. So yeah, big shout out to Fuel Plus. First race for me in quite a while. I had pretty much all of July off the bike, so I got no idea how I'm gonna feel. Should make it nice and interesting. Got the Aleka boys here. We've got about 5 minutes until rollout now. I think that's pretty much all I'll say. And yeah, let's get racing. Death. Death. All right, crew, how did we do?
Oh, that was fun.
You enjoyed it. I'm glad one of you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Dan was in the break, so I didn't have to do anything, you know.
Yeah. How did you go?
Yeah, I got in a break straight away, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
And then we had Mark riding super well and Deirdre.
Yeah, I know.
All right, how did you go, Didi?
Died a million times.
Yeah? What did you end up in the end?
Fourth. Oh,
How was that, mate?
hard.
Hard.
Harder than last year.
It's always like you're going up it and you're like, it wasn't this hard last year.
Last year I went over the limit and blew up, so this time I was like, just ride your own race, ride your own race. And I feel like I suffered more.
And you're still blowing up.
Yeah, like, it wasn't any easier.
Quick shout out to my mate Pal here. All right, time to go home. Race done, and now we're riding home. Good fun little race. Really enjoy that race because it's uphill the entire way. I quite like climbing, but today it was just, yeah, it was an interesting one. We rolled out from the start there, and as usual, there was a bunch of attacks. Very early on, Dan actually got into a move off the front, and then a few more went across. Diedrich went across in a group, and then Mark went across in a group. So they were in a breakaway up the road, and back in the peloton, we were kind of just rolling through. We had a headwind all the way up the valley, and so that kind of neutralized the peloton a little bit. The breakaway was working away. They probably had about 30 seconds or so, and I didn't really think they were going to stay away, but I was like, well, Dan, Diedrich, and Mark are up the road, so like I was happy for them to be there. And I was pretty happy to just kind of cruise along in the bunch. I knew I didn't have much form coming into this. Got all the excuses in the world, but the reality is I just haven't been training enough. And then we got towards the climb. Bit of chaos going through a bit of a roundabout there. Went through Sepp Kuss, and that's where the actual climbing starts. It goes to about 10% for the first few Ks. So we started the climb, a few attacks, nothing major. It was just one of those grinding climbs where you're riding at like 6 watts a kilo. The guys on the front were pushing, not crazy hard, but like enough that for me, with no real form, my heart rate was just coming up and up and up. And then eventually we got through a couple of switchbacks, and I kind of started to get tailed off, and I just couldn't really push any harder. My heart rate was so high. Came back a little bit, was kind of passing guys, and then they were passing me again. And because the climb is quite steep and it is amateur racing, it's pretty much just every man for himself. Meanwhile, there was Dan and Mark and Diedrich up the road climbing away. So I was like, well, those guys are going to take some good positions up the road. So I'm happy to do my own race, happy to get a bit of training in, happy to blow up. And so blowing up is what I did. Aniol, my teammate, eventually came past me. A couple of other guys came past me. I was pretty blown, and then got to the last couple of Ks and just kind of rode my way to the top and just had a good little dig in the last few hundred meters just to try and get across the line. In the end, Diedrich was 4th, Dan was 6th. So once we finished at the top, caught up with everyone, had a drink, and then we started heading home. And now we are coming over Los Planos and back to Girona, making for a good day. The race was about 50 Ks. This ride home is about 100 Ks. So yeah, not bad. I'm gonna roll home now, have a bit of dinner, and plan out my training so the next time I do a race, which is coming up soon, I'm not as cooked as I was just then. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one soon. See you.